Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2024 and our series of Newcastle United. It is our second episode of the series and it is our first match in the Champions League. Now you can see that since that opening day defeat to Aston Villa where we were beaten 3-1 thanks to some really poor defending, we have managed to turn the corner. We've won 4 games on the bounce. 4 games, or at least 3 games that we should be winning and 1 game that I'm glad we won. That sort of makes up for that Villa defeat. At the start of the season, if we'd taken the 3 wins over Bournemouth, Palace and Everton and then drawn with Brighton and Villa, I'd have been ecstatic. The fact that we've got an extra point then over that vision is only a big win. And it sets us up well for the match against Paris Saint-Germain. Now, after the Aston Villa game, we played Bournemouth and we were so close to our first ever clean sheet. We went 3-0 up inside an hour. Matt Targett with a beautiful shot from outside the box into the bottom corner. And then Joe Linton got a goal. Isak scored a goal. And then in the 96th minute after Targett got injured and we went down to 10 men, Dango Utara scored to make it 3-1. We then played Crystal Palace, a really tough match away from home where we managed to win 2-0. It would have been a clean sheet, but for Edouard breaking free of our back line from the halfway mark from a long ball clearance, I think from a corner from memory, and then slotting it past Nick Pope. Otherwise, they did not threaten us in that match. We then played Brighton, and Isak continued his excellent scoring rate with 2 more goals in this one. Miguel Almiron with a goal as well, as we managed to come back from 1-1 to win 3-1. And then a really tough match against Everton where Isak scored yet again to make it 2-1. Almiron as well, 2 goals in 2 minutes there with Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring just before half-time. Isak's value shot up to 133 to 160 million now. It was about 80 million at the start of the season, but you can see why. 7 goals in 5 Premier League matches. If you had him in your fantasy team, you'd be absolutely laughing at this point in the season. And next up, it is Paris Saint-Germain. We also have Brentford and Ipswich. I'll probably play a B team against Ipswich because we've got so many big games to come. Then Sheffield United and then Atletico Madrid at home. So let's have a look at what games we want to take a look through in this episode. Certainly we'll look at the PSG game. We might also look at the Atletico Madrid game, and who knows, maybe even the Man City game if we get that far. But for the match today, we are struggling a little bit with injuries, unregistered players. It's all adding up at the moment. Bruno's still out. He's out for potentially another month. Livramento also out for 3 weeks, and then we've got fitness and injury problems all over the pitch. So it's a little bit of a weakened team, but we are away from home against the toughest team in our group, so I'm not too worried. We've still got Isak, he can do a lot of damage. Torres and Almiron have been fantastic playing on the wings. Then you've got Joe Linton and Tonali. Longstaff in there will probably be rotated out for Bove around the 60-minute mark, depending on how the match is going. Burns shifts into the centre with Matt Targett at left back, and then Botman, Trippier, Pope are all regular players. Interested to see how strong PSG's team is for this match. Let's have a little look here at what they've gone for, and it's pretty strong. First game of the new Champions League campaign. Muane, Mbappe, Asensio, Fabian, Vitinho, Ugarte, Hernandez, Barrera, Marquinhos, Hakimi, Donnarumma. They are all well-known world-class players. So we are literally going out there without a hope in hell of a win. And Isak has taken a knock immediately, and I can't risk not having him in the league, so he's got to come off. So Wilson's now on despite not being fully fit himself, but that is not the start we wanted, although we have had the only shot of the game, so we're winning on XG so far. Now that's about the worst start to this match we could have had, but it could be about to get worse. We've made it to the 24-minute mark before PSG has started to threaten us. Here's Ugarte, sensible back, now Marquinhos to Ugarte, Fabian. The ball's made its way out to Mbappe, who beats Trippier and literally makes him fall over. Now Fabian has scored, and it is 1-0 to PSG, and this could be quite a long day. I'm going to switch to a more cautious approach just so that our players can find their feet a bit, but it was Mbappe here absolutely did Trippier. He looked every one of his 32 years. And then Fabian from the edge of the area. I mean, questions over Pope. Pope's been all right since that first game of the season in the first episode, but I feel like he probably should have saved that one. And now Asensio puts it in, comes out to Danilo. Fabian again, this time goes out wide to Asensio, and it's well blocked there by a mixture of defender and goalkeeper to send it out for yet another corner, which Asensio will very happily take. He pings it in, Trippier away. Asensio once more, back to Fabian. Almiron's there, but Asensio picks it up. Now Ugarte to Hernandez, and that one has gone over the top onto the roof of the net and behind. But 1-0 at the moment. Can we create an attacking chance? Wilson hasn't had much game time this season between Isak's form and his own injuries, so it won't be easy for him. But what a game to make your claim for the starting position. Hakimi down the line. We are getting close to the players, but we're not quite getting our foot on the player or ball as it goes in behind for Kolo Muani. Takes it to the byline. Now Asensio's back there. Joelinton missed the tackle, but Asensio did not miss the target, and it is now 2-0, and we could be entering damage limitation territory if they keep up this excellent attacking form. Muani there took it to the byline, held it up well. Joelinton maybe should have squared up better, and Asensio, that was just sort of a perfect arrow of a finish into that far corner, away from the defenders, away from the goalkeeper, but still into the back of the net. Now Donnarumma's got it again as they build once more. Marquinhos to Asensio, who's playing like the player he was in his prime at Real Madrid. Hakimi, Ugarte, Vitinha. Oh, it's just too easy for them now. It's like they're teasing us. Vitinha back to Hakimi. Now Asensio all the way back to Marquinhos. Marquinhos once more. Hakimi. Oh, they're just playing tiki-taka football. They are. We literally cannot get close. We have 3 players around Asensio then, and a 4th, and Moani's in behind, and it's 3-0, and this could get pretty dangerous pretty quickly. They're going to check for an offside, but I'm pretty sure that was on. And so it will be 3-0. There you go, goal awarded. But Asensio is playing out of his skin. Look at that composure as he just breezes past them. There were 7 players around him when he played that ball over the top. That is absolutely unbelievable that he had that composure to pick out Kolo Muani. And it is 3-0. Asensio almost certainly man of the match already, but this is about to get much, much worse for us. We're going to have to go defensive. Asensio's corner, and it's over the top. Luckily, not able to get that one on target. And at half-time, we are going in. I'm going to say that was a pathetic first half. I'm also going to make some early changes to keep some players fresh for the league games coming up. They don't need to sit through this absolute battering for no reason. So just make a little bit of rotation there and see if we can see this game out with 3-0 being the extent of our damage. They haven't made any changes yet. They seem perfectly happy to keep doing damage. Longstaff will probably need to come off at some point as well because he's... Oh, I can't make another change because we already had Isak get changed. Hernandez there went through the back of Gordon. That could have been a penalty, but instead we've got Kylian Mbappe charging down the left flank. He does hold the ball up eventually. Danilo to Ugarte. Out wide to Asensio. He takes it down the flank. If they don't score here, I am going to go more attacking. And Ugarte there has put it over the top. Now we're going to go attacking. I'm going to shout some encouragement from the sidelines as well. Trippier with the corner. Ball goes in, and it is cleared away. I haven't scored from a corner yet in this game. Burnt Gordon. Oh, and Anthony Gordon has done it. The comeback starts here. His first goal of the season off the bench. Brilliantly done. Vitinha should have done an awful lot better as Trippier just robbed him blind. Picked out Dan Burn, and what a first-time pass that was. And he spins the defender, buries it past Donnarumma. And the Geordie boys in Paris would be absolutely loving that as we get a goal against PSG. Now, there's about 10 minutes left. Can we get another one? Asensio's free kick to Mbappe, now Marquinhos. Or have we just angered the beast? Pope there does cut that out. I don't think that was a shot. I think that was just a ball across the line. If we get another one here, this comeback really is on. Marquinhos to Vitinha. Doesn't look like we're getting another one here. Vitinha to Fabian. Oh, that is very cute, the way they played that around. Again, they're going to look for offside, but I'm pretty sure that ball went backwards, so I don't think that's offside. And the goal is disallowed. It was offside. Well, the comeback remains on. What can we do? Let's try and keep the team G'd up here for the last few minutes. Only 2 minutes of... Oh, it's not like the Premier League, is it, in Europe? They don't agree with our excessive injury time. I'm going to tell them they're unlucky. I mean, it's a tough fixture. I'd take a 3-1 there. And we get the achievement for a super sub. I don't know if you can see that on the video because that's a Steam overlay. But that wasn't too bad. I mean, 3-1 defeat away from home. We scored against PSG. Maybe on another day, who knows, we get a better result there. But up next, we've got Brentford and Ipswich. I won't make you watch those games with me. Probably not Sheffield United either. So we'll come back against Atletico Madrid and see how we're getting on. So since the PSG game, we have managed to keep our perfect record since that opener against Villa going with a 2-1 victory over Brentford. Almiron got the opening goal, but they did peg us back before we got a penalty, which Callum Wilson managed to dispatch. We then had a barnstorming game using our second string team as we took on Ipswich. We went 2-0 up very quickly, but then very sloppy defending allowed Burgess and Scarlett to equalise. Joe Linton was moved up front as we took Callum Wilson off, and he managed to get a goal to make it 3-2, but in the 84th minute they managed to equalise again, and then in the penalty shootout we were matching each other toe to toe, but then it finished 9-8 after Paul Dummett missed the target, probably on purpose, after we failed to play him in his own testimonial match earlier in pre-season. But we then moved on and we finally managed to keep a clean sheet with a 1-0 victory over Sheffield United at a sold-out St James's Park, which meant that we were sat in third place in the table, and a Champions League finish suddenly looks very realistic. We are 6 points clear of Arsenal. Liverpool can't stop drawing at the moment. 5 draws in 7 games. Chelsea down there as well. Spurs absolutely going down the toilet, which means we're in such a good position for a potential top 4-5 finish. And it allows us to focus a little bit now on our Champions League group. We're playing Atletico Madrid at home. I expect we'll lose to PSG at home, probably lose to Madrid away. I would like a draw from this game at minimum, because it would take some of the pressure off playing Lazio home and away. And realistically, I think we're going for third place in the group and then for a run in the Europa League, where we stand a really good chance of potentially winning the competition. So at this stage in the series, I'd be very happy with that as an outcome. So we are going for a strong team today. We're going to have Callum Wilson still up top because Isak remains a couple of weeks away from his injury that he picked up early in that PSG match. But otherwise, we've got a pretty much strong first team 11 going out there. It'd probably only be Isak coming in there, maybe obviously swap out Longstaff for Guimaraes if he was fit. He's not far off coming back either, though. So we've got a few players starting to come back. I think Willock's not far off being back either. So they're all on the bench now, which is nice. Gives us a little bit more optionality, is that a word, in our selections. But here we go, early in this game, the first one at St James's Park, and immediately they're in Atletico Madrid, but it's a good save by Pope there. Next, it's the Pool to take the corner. They've got a lot of players in the box there as it's whipped into the back post, and Shah does manage to get it away. But so far, not the best start. Not quite the start we saw in real life in the first Champions League game at St James's Park. But here's Griezmann, back to Hermoso. Jimenez, just rolling it across the back line. They go back to Oblak as well. Pushed into the centre now. They've got a man free on that far side, who I imagine they'll try and pick out at some point. They're playing a very wide tactic here. Push right to the byline. Llorente's got it. Savic into Koke. Now they find the key man Griezmann. Down the line for Javi Galan, and Sol there anywhere else, and that is probably a goal, but it was straight at Nick Pope, and he was able to take a comfortable stop. And at the moment, we have not managed to get going. We haven't had a shot yet. We need to encourage the team a little bit, see if we can G them up. Atletico Madrid are a difficult team to be facing, but I think that we can push them quite hard. Like I said, a draw would be fine, so at some point I'll probably step off the attacking if we haven't managed to make much purchase in the first half. Tonali's picked up a knock. He's definitely coming off. I'm not risking Tonali, given the importance of the league campaign. I mean, the Champions Leagues are nice to have. It's not critical. But here's Bove. Trippier puts the ball in. Torres is there, and it's tipped over by Oblak. I don't think Torres has scored for us yet. He's created quite a few assists, but he hasn't yet got on the score sheet. But that was a decent first half from the team. Fairly happy with the way that has gone, which is why that's the team talk that I've dished out, but not too bad so far. They certainly haven't threatened much. They've got 1 XG under their belt, but they've failed to take their chances. It is a bit of a warning for us, but here's Shah. I don't feel I need to step off the attacking mentality just yet. We are at home as we play through the middle, and Wilson's probably offside as he gets in, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. I'm pretty sure he was offside there. We'll see if VAR save us. But no, ball definitely went a bit too late, or Wilson went a bit too early there. So the goal is disallowed. That would have been a really nice thing to have. And it might be a side to maybe set back into a slightly more cautious approach. Although they really haven't threatened at all in this second half. They're still on 1 XG, and we've got a chance here. It's going to be a free kick. Torres to take it. He whips it to the back post. Longstaff's there. It comes down to Dan Burn, who's just come off the bench. He finds Torres in space, and Torres has scored. He plants it in that bottom corner, and we have a 1-0 lead now over Atletico Madrid. A fantastic time to get your first goal for the club. Torres there just dinking the ball in. The ball was cleared out by Koke, but Burn was there, fresh off the bench. Great vision to find Torres. Beautiful first touch, and he takes that so quickly. Oblak should probably make the save there, but it goes over him and into the back of the net. So it's now 1-0, and we just need to make sure we've got fresh legs coming on here. I'm not going to risk Bruno in this game, so we're going to have to just swap things around a little bit on the pitch here. Take Longstaff out and drop Bove back. Put Elliot Anderson on. And then I think that might have to do for now. I mean, we've got other players that are struggling. Maybe I could swap out Miguel Almiron for Anthony Gordon and then see what he can do. Terrorising the Atletico defence for a little bit. But we have less than 10 minutes to go. They've brought Lamar on. They've brought Morata on. They are pushing for the win here, or for the equaliser here at Atletico Madrid. But we are not far away. Just 2 minutes of added time to go. And what a win that is for Newcastle United. Our first game in the Champions League at St James's Park. And we have got a 1-0 victory to set us apart from the opposition. That is absolutely fantastic. We're a point clear. Lazio also drawing with PSG. So that win is really important because Lazio are clearly not going to be pushovers in this competition either. And this really is the group of death. There's no group as difficult as this. It's a problem when you're the fourth draw, but that is a fantastic outcome. We get £2.4 million on top as well. And then the next match we're going to play is going to be Manchester City at home. Well, that league form just keeps getting better and better. The game against West Ham, we managed to win it 2-0 away from home at the London Stadium. Now, there was a huge element of luck. I can't count the number of times that West Ham hit the post during that match. But Almiron and Wilson got us the goals for a 2-0 win to get us over the line and into a crucial international break. Because after that international break, we have City, Lazio, Arsenal, Lazio, and then not long after, Liverpool, PSG, Spurs, Atletico Madrid. This is the run that makes or breaks our season. Now, the good thing about that is that if we have a look at how we're going to line up against Manchester City, you'll see that we have Isak back, we have Bruno back, we've even got Livramento, Harvey Barnes who have knocks, Willock with knocks. They're all coming back into the team. It's lucky as well because Callum Wilson picked up a big blow before the international break. He's recovered just fine, but I'm willing to risk Isak in this game, at least for sort of 60 minutes. Same for Bruno. I want to see if after the international break they can come back. It's a really tough match to throw them straight back in, particularly Bruno, who's been out since pre-season. But I just think playing them is a sort of less of a risk than not playing them at this point. If they get injured, then we know that that's my fault. The other big thing to note at the moment is that we're actually top of the league after that last win. It's only Aston Villa that we've lost a match against. And now against this Man City team, we're going to be really tested. They dropped points against Aston Villa, the same team that beat us. Aston Villa are a tough match, but you can see there we are top of the table by 1 point, and Joe Linton has won the ball early on here. Now Livramento cuts through, he finds Bruno, and that is a sign that he's maybe not quite match fit there, that ball, and it could punish us here with Matheus Nunes, and indeed it has. Haaland with the assist, Nunes with the finish, and it all came from a poor pass from Bruno, really sloppy, because he's just not quite match sharp. And that has directly led to us conceding our first goal of the day. Now, I'm going to encourage the team. That was just a freak mistake problem. Hopefully, we can bounce back. I mean, the City team, I would expect to beat us and beat us reasonably well. Because we are able to beat those sort of mid-table teams. But I think against the big ones, we are going to struggle a little bit. But here's Botman. Plays it out to target. Now Harvey Barnes over the top. Antonelli is straight through here. He's beaten Edison and put it in the back of the net. And apparently he's not offside either. He scores his first goal for the club. I thought he needed to leave that for Isak, but apparently Tonali was onside. And we are back on level terms with Manchester City. He was indeed well onside. And either one of them could have scored. Edison just disappeared and decided to do some sort of weird salmon backflip. But we have managed to equalise, and we're on the attack here with Torres with the throw-in. Now Tonali back to Torres. Oh, what a ball that was. And Isak has got it, but he's put it over the top. Maybe he's not quite match fit either just yet, but they'll both warm up as this game ticks on. And now the tiki-taka begins from Pep Guardiola's side. It's Walker to Nunez, and he's lost it. Joe Linton has won it. He's run through two defenders and then gone for an outside of the boot chip. Is probably the only way I could describe that. Grealish to De Bruyne, who's given it away, and Joe Linton's got it. Now Isak to Harvey Barnes. He's got the pace as he pushes down the left flank, finds Joe Linton. Bruno into Tonali, ball on target this time, and Barnes is in! And Barnes has done it. It's 2-1. They're looking here for an offside. I think he was onside. He was playing off that last defender, so who knows. But the goal has indeed been given. Barnes did so well there on the break. Joe Linton to Bruno. First time pass to Tonali. And look at this from Barnes. Cuts inside. 3 players around him. I don't know if it takes a deflection there, but he does get the ball in the back of the net. And we are now top of the league again as it stands. And Manchester City do not know what they are up against at the moment. I don't know why I keep doubting this team. It is such a good team. And we are now beating Man City. There's just like an inbuilt pessimism with a little Mike Ashley image stuck in my head as a Newcastle fan. But we are 2-1 up now against Manchester City. And we take that in to half-time. That is absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to switch to a slightly more cautious approach for the second half. I imagine this Man City team are going to come out all guns blazing, but I'm fairly happy with how we're performing just at the moment. Tonali having a sensational game with a goal and assist. Now he's taken a corner. It's gone into Botman, and he plants it in the bottom corner. Botman's first goal of the season, first goal for Newcastle apparently. Tonali's corner means he's involved in all 3 goals today. And this Man City team are being sunk. And maybe, I didn't think we'd even make it into the Champions League, but maybe we're going to win the whole bloody thing as it stands. Now, I am going to make those changes. I don't want to get Bruno injured, so he's going to come off probably for Longstaff. I'll also take Isak off. Now we've got a 2-goal cushion. Bring Callum Wilson on. I might take Livramento off at some point, but Torres here with another corner. Botman is in there. It's gone up in the air, and Target has just hit that one over the bar. But at the moment, we are performing very, very well as Anthony Gordon comes on to attack those tired City legs. Haaland there has lost it. Liveramento's given it away to Rodrigo. Poor ball from him. He is coming back from an injury, but Pope there with a very good save, and that is a sign that I might take Livermento off. Don't really have anyone to bring on for him though, so I'm going to leave him on there for now. He doesn't seem to be struggling very much. He has got a knock, but maybe he'll be alright. Ball cleared out. Nunez has it. Sent back to Akanji. Rodrigo. Just playing the ball around the fence. It's gone out wide to Rafinha. And he does keep it in. Haaland's in there. But a free kick's been given for offside. This is interesting. I don't know if that was who that was that was offside there. But we're nearly done there. We're going to take Tonali off now. Bring on Bove. He gets standing ovation today, Tonali. Absolute man of the match by a mile. 2 assists and a goal as we come from behind to hopefully beat Manchester City. Ruben Dias is trying to lead his team forward. Finds Stones. We're keeping them contained for now, but you can sense that trap is about to be sprung from that tiki-taka style. De Bruyne to Horta. He's giving it away to Livramento. Worried he was going to get sent off then, but here's Gordon to Wilson, to Bove. Longstaff's giving it away to Stones. Joelinton backs off there, already on a yellow card. Now Rafinha in towards Haaland, and he knocks it down for Kevin De Bruyne to stick in the back of the net. And it is now time to go very, very defensive. They did well here with Rafinha pushing down the right. We maybe should have taken the tackle much earlier, even if it caused a card. But I understand it was Joelinton. He could have got sent off, and then we're looking at the last 5 minutes with 10 men. But can we survive these last few minutes with our 1-goal advantage? Ederson has claimed it. There's only a minute of added time left as Ederson sends the ball out wide to Akanji. Not like this, surely. Horta, ball over the top. Haaland's in behind. Oh, he's hit the post and he's offside. Oh, I thought that was it for sure. I thought it was done. But instead, we have beaten Manchester City. Absolutely sensational. When we lost that first game to Villa, I was worried it would be like that season a few years ago where I got sacked in the beta with Newcastle. I can't remember being sacked often, but that time was a real blow. And here we are now, 4 points clear of Man City, 2 points clear of Manchester United at the top of the league with 8 Premier League victories in a row. Absolutely sensational. Now coming up, I mean, we've got a whole series of incredible games coming up, so I might watch a few or show a few of these. Maybe not the Lazio game away. I think there'll be more important games to come, but it could be the United, Arsenal, Lazio trio for the next episode. So if you are enjoying this series, do drop a like down below. If you've got any suggestions or comments on the format or style of the series, let me know as well in the comments. And make sure to subscribe if you want that next episode, which should be out tomorrow if I find the right amount of time to record alongside my full-time job and going to watch football in Belgium. But do drop a like down below, and until next time, see ya.